What's going on, internet, and welcome to another top 10. Today we will be reviewing the top 10 racing games on Xbox Gamepass. Let's go ahead and get started. Starting with number 10, we have F1 23. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know I'm not a big fan of F1 racers, but I am a fan of F1 because of the Netflix series. So some of the things I liked about this game was obviously the cover, right? Like, we have three very familiar faces. Then you also have the fact that it's by EA. So EA pretty much know what you're going to get with EA. You're going to get some quality. You're going to get high quality cutscenes. You're going to get a lot of gameplay. And you're going to get like a very, very realistic simulation. Another thing that I dislike is the fact that you only have one camera angle. So you're stuck in the cockpit of the car, which is, I guess, kind of cool if you did have a steering wheel and a whole driving setup simulator type rig going on. But if you were just using a controller and you weren't a fan of the F1 series like I am, then I'm pretty sure you're not going to have a good time with this game. Okay, number 9, we have Grid Legends. Now, it's another F1 type racer, but what made this one better than the last one is the simple fact that they gave you more camera angles. I want to say it's between 4 and 7 camera angles, and that's super dope to me. Just give me variety, right? Like, if it's a car game, car being the main character, the more angles you're able to give me and the more customization you're able to do to the car, the better the racer is going to be, in my opinion. Another thing that I really liked about this game was the storyline. When I first loaded it up, it actually took me a second to realize whether I was looking at very, very intense graphics or real actors. And, eventually I figured out that they were using real actors, which I'm totally fine with. It actually had me more immersed into the storyline. So that was another thing I really liked. I caught myself actually playing through the story and actually beat like maybe 3 or 4 different levels before putting it down. It kind of gives you like an arcadey type feel, but it's still an F1 racer at the end of the day. Number 8, we have Lego 2K Drive. Now, this one's number 8 on my list because I like seeing racers that are just different. So being that I like different racers, this one pretty much takes the cake for me. In this game, not only do you drive vehicles that are created and made out of Legos, but they include cars, 4-wheelers, and even boats, and this all can happen within like the first 30 seconds of a race. That was really one of the things that caught my attention about this game. I wanted to see what a driving 2K game would feel like. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this game was the fact that they had boost and drifting features. So any racer to where they have a boost feature to where it regenerates over time based off of your driving skills or just over time period, that's a super plus to me. So they were able to incorporate that into this game, pretty much giving this a very intense type of gameplay. Speaking of intensity, you have to really fight for position in this game. I don't think you're just going to get to the front and it's going to be easy pickings from there. Like, you really have to think about these type of things. They also give you like that Mario Kart feel or kart racer type feel where you're grabbing weapons and boosters out of boxes to try to give you an advantage in the race. I can definitely see myself getting lost in this game if I really want to sit down and beat it. Okay, number 7 on our list is Dirt 5. This is my number 7 basically because this was my entry into the Dirt series. This game specifically made me a fan of rally racers. In addition, I was able to play this game originally in VR when I had the Oculus Quest 2, and playing this in VR it was an amazing experience being able to really sit down and play that, really just take in the rally car race. And what I liked was just being able to, I had control over the car while I was enjoying like this very immersive track. So let's talk about the tracks. I do like the tracks. I like the scenery. I like how the mud kicks up. I like how your car gets dirty as the race progresses. I like the drifting feature. I like the sounds. I like the music. It's not too much I don't like about this game. Now, I do want to say, like, either the game is already offline or it's getting ready to be offline. So if you see this video before this happens, go ahead and play Dirt 5. Okay, number 6 on our list, we have Wreckfest. This is another one of those racers where it's just different. You're able to wreck and race in this game. So they have modes specifically geared towards like derby, and then you have modes specifically geared towards racing. And what I love most about this game was just the variety. So one of the things that originally caught my attention about this game was racing lawnmowers and having a good time doing that. So that's what originally caught my attention. And then after a while, I just continued to play through it and ended up really kind of enjoying it. It's probably going to be one of those games where I sit down and beat. It's a great pick up and play type game. I do love the driving mechanics, and again, I like the fact that it's just different from your everyday racing. I think the only thing I don't like about this game is that you're not able to customize your cars and your lawnmowers and every other vehicle that this game offers. So if you didn't necessarily like the car that you in, you can go ahead and change camera angles, I guess. That's really it. Just no customization on this. Okay, number 5, we have Need for Speed Heat. Now, honestly, this took me multiple times to even enjoy this game. So the first time I played it, all 3 times were through Xbox Gamepass, but the first couple of times I just couldn't get past the first stage. And even the third time I played it, I couldn't get past the first stage. And when I say couldn't get past it, I was just always quit because I didn't like the driving mechanics and I didn't like how I was just skidding out on every single turn. But I just went ahead and fought through it. I said, okay, if I lose, I lose. And then I was able to progress through the story and work through the car and able to build it up a little bit more to where the driving mechanics are better. So if you are stuck on this game, please, I encourage you to just get through that first half or the first race at least, and you're able to enjoy this game a lot more. Another thing I like about this game are the graphics. I do love the multiple camera angles, and I love the car customizations. The car customization really what did it for me. But then also you have this nighttime feature. Well, I say nighttime feature, but I like the nighttime scene. But one of the coolest features about this game is you have races set at night, and then you have races set during the daytime. So if you're racing during the day, that's more so to get money. But if you're racing at night, it's for you to build your reputation and progress and be able to unlock more cooler cars, I guess. Number 4 on our list is Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. So one of the things I like about this game is 1, the Hot Wheel branding. 2, is very fast paced, super fast paced action. It's so fast paced that I placed 12 literally in every single race, and I still continue to want to pick up and play and kind of play through it just because of the tracks alone. The idea of racing through many different environments, from backyards to bedrooms, just going crazy on a Hot Wheel car. And it's another one of those games where they have regenerative boost through drift and just do your driving mechanics or whatnot. Do I see myself beating this game? Who knows? Because one of the things I actually don't like about this game is the fact that it's so hard. Like I mentioned earlier, I placed 12th in every single race, legit trying from the Gucci car to the motorcycle, still placing in last. Okay, number 3 on our list is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Honestly, this is the best feeling game to drive and control on our list, on the Xbox list. Well, on my list at least. I love the fact that they give you multiple camera angles. I love the fact that it's another game that has regenerative boosts based on how you're driving. I like the graphics. I like the fact that the car gives intros, right? So when you're picking your car and when you're customizing it and doing your colors, like as you're going through this, there's a voice behind you giving you kind of like a Jarvis in Iron Man, giving you the details about the car, from who made it, the manufacturer, and what makes the car so special. So I think it's a dope feature while you're customizing and getting ready to race. Like, yeah, I'm driving this bad boy right here. It almost gives you a feeling like you own the car, and it excites you to drive it. I do like the fact that it's easy to progress, and it also has the cool cop feature. You're being chased by cars that you're driving, as well as like freaking Lamborghinis at the end of the day, right? Like that's the goal. But it's very intense gameplay. I do enjoy being the cop on this game. Number 2 on our list is Need for Speed Unbound. My absolute favorite thing about this game is the graphics and the art direction / art style, whatever you want to call it. That single cell shading is my absolute favorite style of art. It's beautiful, and the fact that they were able to do that on a Need for Speed game, like a racing game, oh man, they killed it in my opinion. Shout out to whoever put that together. Another feature I like about it is the storyline. Like what really got me hooked was the fact that I was able to start off the game with a Lamborghini. I was sold immediately, and then I was able to customize it and do my thing. And not only are you customizing the car, but you're customizing your player too. Like what? Who does that? Who does that on a driving game? This is actually one of the first driving games where you're using a person and you can kind of customize them. So that was super dope. And you're able to change his clothes or his or her clothes as you progress throughout the game. Like it's crazy. I love the scenes. I love the voice acting. I love the storyline. I love pretty much everything about this game. I was already a Need for Speed fan. I love the series as a whole already. So to play this new version and to get put onto it, I was like, yo, nighttime scenery, A1. I love the language. I love the music on this game too. Like what? Whoever put together the soundtrack, again, A1. Lastly, our number 1 on the list is Forza 5. Now, there are 2 other Forzas on Xbox Game Pass. You have Forza 4, Forza 5, and then you have Forza Motorsport. Now, I'm not a fan of F1, like I said earlier, so of course Motorsport wasn't going to make it. Now, so that left me between Forza 4 and Forza 5. Forza 5 ended up winning because this was also my entry into the series. When I first got put on the Forza, was through Xbox Game Pass. I put on Forza 5, and once I realized what racing had really turned into and what this game really is, and driving around in Mexico, the scenery, actually, like I'm able to really buy and drive my dream cars without having to progress super far throughout the game. Like I could just, do a couple races, get some bread, and do my thing. Oh man, it was the perfect game in my opinion. And it wasn't until recently I didn't realize how other people were actually playing it until I logged on TikTok and saw a live viewing. They're having car shows on TikTok. So based off whatever you driving, they may have a meet. You pull up and everybody at the meet just racing their whips. I'm like, yo. And then I was talking to one of the dudes. I'm like, dang, I've been playing Forza all the way around this whole time. I'm like, I've been progressing through the story. Dude said, yeah, bro, like we don't even play the story mode. He was like, we just buy and sell the whips. I'm like, yo. It pretty much added a whole new layer to this game that put me on to I want to say my favorite series outside of Need for Speed. So shout out to Forza, man. Like, if you haven't been on Forza, definitely check that out. It's hands down the best game on Xbox Gamepass. You get that mix of simulation, getting that arcade racer type feel on realistic tracks, and just great countryside settings and things of that nature. So that's the top 10 list for Xbox Game Pass. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next video.